Basic Education Minister Angie Motshekga says her department is confident in its readiness to administer this year's upcoming matric examinations. Motshekga was speaking at the Newzroom Secondary School in Mamelodi, where she's monitoring the start of the exam. She has, however, raised some concerns with challenges that the pupils have faced.
If you remember, when they were in grade 10, we returned them after June. Which means they had lost almost half the year. And when they came rotational. The next year, when they were in grade 11, they had to do rotational. And it's only this year that they had a full year. So between just for 2 years, they had serious disruptions. It's actually very concerning, and that's why, like last year's group, we put so many measures to support them, because we knew that they were going to grade 12 with lots of deficits that would have come from lower grades. So that's why we really gave them special attention. As I say, lots of things were done. And fortunately, we had lots of support from professional support, also from the private sector with Yowoza, Matric. So it is really one of the groups that got the worst of the storm.
Right, our reporters Tshegohaco Moagi and Natalie Malgas are covering the story from here in Gauteng and KwaZulu-Natal. Very good morning to you both. Tshegohaco, let's start with you. You at the Newzroom Secondary School, where matriculants have started trickling in ahead of their first exam paper today. We heard the Basic Education Department Minister Angie Motshekga speaking about the concerns. I mean, this is the very group in 2020 who encountered the full COVID-19 impact. Talk to us about some of the, feelings around the school as matrics start sitting for exams.
Well, good morning, Mpho. So matriculants currently have started their exam, started at exactly 9 o'clock with English paper 1. And, the principal here saying that he is confident that they will get about between 90 and 100% pass rate as they sit for these exams. He did say that, various measures were put in place to ensure that learners were able to study specifically this year. I mean, we do know that this is the grade 10 class of 2020, Mpho, that did not have the full year of schooling, and the same learners then in grade 11 last year having to have the rotational learning. So this year was a full year where they were able to be in class and be able to actually attend class on a full-time basis. And so the principal at this particular school, Joel Tumba, telling us that he has prepared his learners as best as possible, has had various conversations with them about what their plans are and the way forward to ensure that they receive a 100% pass mark. He says that, from the beginning of the year, there have been some really good marks that have come out from these learners, and he is positive that things will then continue to move in this trajectory. We do know as well, speaking to the Gauteng Education Department, that they actually set up camps as well, study camps for these learners throughout the year. Even when there were holidays, these matric learners did not go on holiday as they had to go to these study camps. The Gauteng Education Department themselves also saying that what they would like to see this year is more quality improved results and to ensure that learners are able to actually go into that tertiary institution. But also the Basic Education Department, telling us that they are ready and that they are confident that this matric class of 2022 will do their best despite the challenges that they face. Minister Angie Motshekga telling the media earlier as well that she does not want for the matric class of 2022 to focus mainly on the challenges that they have faced, and also things such as load shedding, urging them to work around load shedding. When the lights go off, that's when they can take a bit of a break, and when they come back on, that's when they then go back to their studies. So she's also said that they've also put all the measures that they could possibly put in place to assist these learners, especially because they are the grade 10 class of 2020 when COVID-19 hit and we had that hard lockdown and learners only being able to attend full-time at school from this particular year.
Very well, Tshegohaco. Let's now move to Natalie Malgas. Natalie, you're in Umlazi with the KZN Education MEC this morning. The province has also expressed confidence as the class of 2022 sits for exams.
That's right, Mpo. Of course, we know that COVID-19 interrupted their academic year during their grade 10 and 11 year. And then, of course, just as they hit matric thinking things were going to be smooth sailing, they were affected by those devastating floods earlier this year. When speaking to the school principal here at Ungwini, he said they have done all the necessary things to make sure that all these matric candidates are comfortable, that they're well prepared and under no additional pressure. In fact, I'm now standing with the Education MEC here in KZN, MEC Mbali Fraser. Ma'am, let's talk about those customized, tailor-made, extra curricular activities to make sure that these candidates were all fully prepared. What did they look like?
We had the winter classes where all the schools had an opportunity to attend. We also had the summer boot camps. Again, a number of schools were part of it. But you'll remember that even on ordinary school days, our learners have been starting their day at 6:30 and go later up to 5 o'clock. We had Sunday classes, Saturday classes, and again, I think it's important that we also thank our educators for everything that they've been doing since January this year. Otherwise, as a department, we have followed our improvement plan, which was cascaded down to our district, meaning that even the district had their own improvement plan, which also included some of the activities I've just alluded on earlier on.
There's a lot of pressure when it comes to exam season because that all-important pass rate is a number that every school is chasing and that every province wants to come out tops in the country. What is that figure that ideally your education department settles on, and are you confident and satisfied that all the measures necessary have been conducted?
Of course, we would have loved to see 100% pass rate, but we are realistic. I think as the province, we are looking at 80% minimum. If a school like this one, which has got 532 candidates, is giving us an assurance that they are looking at 85% or more, it means it's possible. We're therefore looking at 80% as the minimum pass rate in KZN, and we are confident that with all the work that we have done as the province, it's possible.
In your interactions with some of the young people today, what has been the mood? What have they shared with you? How are they feeling? It's gone awfully quiet. A little earlier we had a prayer service and song and dance, and now that they're actually writing the exams, it's gone very quiet. But what was their mood ahead of time?
If you have seen them during the assembly, you'll be telling me how positive they were. They are happy, they are ready, and to be honest with you, I think our learners are looking forward to this exam, and they will pass. They will pass. I'm confident.
Thank you very much, MEC Mbali Fraser there, Mpo. And she's right. When we spoke to some of the young people a little before their exams, there was a prayer service, there was song and dance, and they were in quite a jovial mood. Many had said they have done all they can, and at this point, they just want to be comfortable and calm to write the big paper, which is English today.
Yeah. Wishing the matric class of 2022 all the best as they sit for their first exam. Let's leave it there for now. Tshegohaco Moagi and Natalie Malgas giving us a breakdown of what it's looking like in Gauteng and KZN. Now,